What a wonderful view of the lights of Miami here on a gorgeous night in South Florida. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Miami Heat here at the American Airlines Arena. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Thompson.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, Kevin Love has dramatically improved his perimeter shooting over his career, but he said, "I've tried not to fall in love with it too much. Where I'm going to make my money is also rebounding. That's a stat I always look at because it can help a team win even when the shot's not falling." Kevin?
Great attitude. His work inside, a big part of it, DA. Thanks. Smitty, we know these two teams struggling right now, but just generally, what do teams do to get out of a slump?
You know, what I think they do is you have a lot of communication amongst each other. You just keep playing hard, usually playing hard, being competitive, and you get a couple wins. You need a couple wins, and then I think it can change around.
And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. And it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Heat, in the middle, it's Olynyk and Adebayo. Dragic is out there with Hero. And it's Butler in at the small forward position. Stolen by Garland. There's the pass to Sexton. Over in the corner, Osman. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Now here's Dragic. Defense is right there. Buries it down low. Dragic has got his team on the board to start the game for Miami.
He's an aggressive competitor. Goran Dragic able to finish through contact.
There's Garland and block. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Butler. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Love. And Greg, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
Two shots.
He's off on the first. And you look at Jimmy Butler. Goes about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
And the second free throw, good. And the Cavaliers this summer selecting point guard Darius Garland with the 5th overall pick. The second-year man, Colin Sexton, already on the roster. Greg, how do you see the fit between these two players?
Well, I mean, both are 6'2". The questions will come at the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, both show great promise as shooters, very scoring-minded guards, reminiscent possibly of a Lillard-McCollum pairing for the Blazers, which could be a roadmap for the Cavs. That's the 3rd straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Dragic with it. 9-point game his last outing. He dishes it to Butler. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the call on Cedi Osman. That is his first foul of the game. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Adebayo passes to Dragic. And Darius Garland picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Hero. 9 points last game out. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fades. Butler, no good.
He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there.
Here's Osman. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
And early on, if you're him, you just want to see the ball go through the net and get into some kind of rhythm.
Now here's Dragic. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Now here's Garland. After the miss from Goran Dragic. And here is Garland. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Wizards in Washington. For 3, Love. Jimmy Butler with the rebound.
They are out of rhythm. 1 for 5 so far. You just need to calm down and reward your matchups.
Dragic finds Butler. Back to Dragic. Shoots. And again, it's the Heat missing.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Pass to Garland. Love outside. Passes it to Garland. Releases. And that one goes long. And here's Dragic. He'll bring it up for Miami. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
It could have gone either way, but unfortunately for them, they ended up on the losing side of that score.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. Heat on D. 3-point lead. Pass to Sexton. 6 to shoot. From outside the arc. Hits it from 3-point range.
And it's important Sexton makes those. The more he hits from outside, the more the floor will open up. And at this point, Erik Spoelstra, a mainstay of the Heat, been with the franchise for decades, led the team to titles, and is a huge figure in Miami.
And at some point, you figure Spoelstra will move into an executive role. Might be next in line for when Pat Riley retires. There's a lot of loyalty between Spoelstra and the Heat.
Here's Garland. Poked away. Love. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Did a nice job on the glass. Kevin Love carving out space. He's one of the best offensive rebounders we have.
Dragic the pass to Hero. Dishes it to Butler. Trying to get open is Adebayo. Shot's good by Butler. Butler's got 5.
This is where Jimmy Butler really does his best work, when he can use his length and strength to full advantage.
Now Sexton. He had 19 points in the win against Washington. Olynyk with the steal. Butler goes in. And a missed layup.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
To the left wing. Now here's Garland. He's guarded by Dragic. And the 3 ball is good.
You know, the timing, the rhythm, I'm a big fan of when Sexton can just catch and shoot.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
You know, they take 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and exercise in frustration.
So both teams making some changes here. And here's a look at some numbers for Sexton.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
Leonard finds Winslow. Here's Nunn. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And it's Zizic with the rebound.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Here's Waiters. Larry Nance making his last shot. Now here's Waiters. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Fast break, here we go. Here's Garland. The slam dunk by Garland.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Now here's Waiters. The pass to Leonard. In the corner, Winslow with it. Will it go? Again, the miss by the Heat.
Defensively, it's hard to account for everything. They gambled off him, and it worked.
And that's 6 straight for him on fast breaks.
The Heat trail by 9. And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
Here's Garland, following the score by Miami. Sexton with it. He has 6. Here's Zizic, and the layup falls. And the Cavaliers lead by 9.
Back in the day, someone would have blocked him out, but times have changed.
Here's Nunn. Outside Leonard. The tray. The shot. No good. Cavaliers go the other way with it. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
It was a terrific performance we got a chance to watch. They got into a nice rhythm and made smart adjustments along the way.
The Cavaliers leading by 9. Here's Clarkson. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
Kept alive. Leonard with no one around. Again, the miss by the Heat.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Nunn. Waiters with the ball. Garland picks him up. Pulls up on the wing. Nance gets the rebound.
It's a shot you would think he would make, but he just doesn't make it all the time.
Now, here's Garland. He's guarded closely.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Pass to Waiters. Heat moving the ball around. Passes it to Winslow. They need this one. And some nice defense there to end the quarter.
Cleveland ball. Into the line for the Cavaliers. John Henson.
And so it's Cleveland. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Get you some. Just can't wait till I get you some. Yeah. Man, just watch when I...
Tough-nosed Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of being a franchise player.
Call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call it. But with that comes a lot of, some people call it pressure, but a lot of responsibility is what I call it. Every night you got to show up. You have to be productive. You have to show guys even when you're hurt, you can still play. Even when you're tired, you got to go out there and do what you're supposed to do. It's fun to me. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen, Cavaliers pretty much in control here, it would appear.
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Winslow and Olynyk fill up the forward spots. Then there's Dion Waiters. Then there's Myers Leonard. And it's none in at the one. So that's who Miami starts the second with. Now, here's Garland. His three-pointers off the mark.
Where you always have confidence in the Heat organization is at the top. Pat Riley with 9 championship rings as a player, as an assistant coach, as a head coach, and as a team president. He knows how to win from every perspective.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, "I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage." Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A. You're right, Steve. You look at Riley's career, most people are just looking to accomplish one of the things he's done.
Kevin, he has a great mind. He's incredibly driven. He understands how to motivate people, and he understands what's important to focus on.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
Timeout called, the Heat. Hey, Smitty, every NBA player has their Mount Rushmore. Every NBA fan does. The 4 players they consider the best of all time. So I'll ask you, who is on your NBA Mount Rushmore?
I would say Michael Jordan, Kevin, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Kobe Bryant. Those are my 4.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Love's checked in for Nance. And it's Jetty Osman in for Garland. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Hero passes to Dragic. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And so Sexton will bring it up for Cleveland. He kicks it to Clarkson. Clock at 4. That shot, no good. Some solid defense from Butler. The Heat trail by 9. Here's Hero. Offensive rebound. Adebayo. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Clarkson kicks to Sexton. Love outside. Here's Clarkson. Off target with his 3.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's game.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And here is Butler. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And it wasn't just the points. He brought hustle, he brought energy, and he brought it on the glass.
The Cavaliers leading by 7.
That's his first personal foul.
Now Henson, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Now, here's Clarkson. 4 on the shot clock. For 3, Love.
And in this quarter, they just haven't had the success from beyond the arc that they began the game with.
Here's Dragic. Love grabs the board. Love's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Clarkson. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Clarkson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Sexton has to just keep developing his court awareness. You want to see more passing from him.
Butler goes in. Count the basket.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
The Cavaliers leading by 7.
Well, the young bull, Colin Sexton, getting a lot of playing time in his rookie season. Allowed him to play through his mistakes, and that's what you hope for coming in.
Now, here's Clarkson. 9 points last game, and that one's good. Love.
So many players who are stretch 4s are now growing into stretch 5s. Kevin Love, with his versatility, he can do both.
Here's Hero. Out left to the wing. Here's Dragic, buried from 15 feet out. And even as the Cavaliers lagged at the very bottom of the standings, Greg, Sexton publicly described the season as fun. Would that bother you as a veteran?
Losing seasons, they suck. I mean, no other way to put it. I think he cares about winning, but keeping that positivity is probably the best approach.
Outside Dragic. Adebayo, high post. And Henson sends it back. Here's Osman. Cleveland gets it back.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Here's Dragic following the basket by Colin Sexton. And there's the call on Jetty Osman. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Zizic has checked in for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson comes in for Kevin Love.
Tristan Thompson.
Dragic looking for an opening. Over Sexton. Again, the miss by the Heat.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
Dragic comes with the double team. And so the ball is out of bounds. Clarkson touched it last. Now at the moment here, let's take a look at our rookie leaderboard and who's putting up the most points per game. You take a look at Hero. 3rd in the league. He typically dominates out there. He can seemingly score at will. And, of course, Darius Garland.
Talk about hitting the ground running. These two have made an immediate impact with their scoring.
Here's Hero. He's still scoreless so far in this one. There's Dragic with the 3.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
The pass to Clarkson. Clock at 6. Lets it go from 14. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
Playing at his tempo, his pace. He's been dialed in all night.
Right side, Dragic. From the stripe. And that one hits back iron.
I don't know how many shots he's missed this quarter, but they're going to have to find offense from someone else.
Here's Thompson. Oh, that's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession.
Cavaliers ball.
And some changes here for the Heat. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Myers Leonard. And Winslow subbed in for Hero. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Garland's checked in. Five on the clock. Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
I'll tell you what, he's been off target all night, and his teammates have had to rally.
Garland with it. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Here's Dragic. Darius Garland picking up that last basket.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Butler. Averaging about 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And he is such a huge part of what this team does on offense.
Yes, night in and night out, he's their go-to option. He accepts that responsibility and thrives at it.
Well, one thing the Heat have been terrific at the last few years, protecting the rim.
The Heat have taken an old-school approach to the center position, choosing physical intimidators over floor spacers.
Nancy's checked in for Cleveland. There's 1:38 left to play in the first half. Shot clock at 6. That 3 off the mark. The Heat trail by 16. Here's Winslow. 11 points for him in that last game against the Hawks in Atlanta. To halt the run, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Using that solid frame inside, Winslow draws the foul.
The Heat shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First one falls for him.
The 10th overall pick back in 2015, Justice Winslow has been fighting injuries, but he still has a chance to be very good.
And he makes both free throws. A minute 20 left to play here in the second quarter. Clarkson against Waiters. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. You look at Miami. It hasn't been a great season for them. We may see some changes in the offseason. And, of course, the Cavaliers, 2 games back.
And I think for Miami, they've got to make some changes at the end of the season. That much is clear. Not sure whether that goes for the coaches or the players or both, but something has got to change.
For me, the decision makers have a lot of tough choices to make. They also need to look in the mirror because they're the ones who assembled this team.
And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That's his first foul. stolen by Waiters.
Just waiting for a chance to make a play, and when the pass was made, he's all over it. Just a fantastic steal.
Great timing by Tristan Thompson on that block. That's his forte.
Olynyk dishes to Waiters. Heat moving the ball around.
Oof, ugly second quarter for him, and now I think he's starting to really force the issue. +8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Clarkson passes to Thompson. And here is Garland. 6 on the shot clock. Good. Garland's got 4 points in the quarter.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
And you know what? There was probably a better matchup on the floor, but when it goes in, nobody complains.
Great positioning on the putback. 6 points for Kelly Olynyk.
Often you find him out on the wing, but Olynyk seizing the opportunity to go inside and dig out that extra possession.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. From one Kevin to another, you guys were dominant in that first half and you have a big lead, but do you forget about that in the second half?
Oh, yeah. We got to treat it like a 0-0 game. I know we're going to stay in the locker room. We got to come out and win the third quarter. If we do that, we feel like we'll be okay. But like I said, this team is tough. We know they're capable of coming back.
Well, we'll see what happens, Kevin. Thanks. And now back to the other Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. It was all about Cleveland as the game got going. Their biggest lead of the opening period during a very exciting run was all the way up to 13 points. Only one time did they give the lead back in an extremely impressive first quarter performance. Moving on to the second quarter, their lead was challenged, but never seriously, as they took a 12-point edge into the half. What'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie, they were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots, did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
Kenny, what'd you think about Miami?
Well, obviously, they didn't show up on the glass at all. They were getting outworked, out-hustled, and outplayed. And their competition showed just the opposite. They wanted it more. You can't give up a ton of extra possessions in a game like this and expect to win.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Colin Sexton having a dominant impact in this game.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last two quarters.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Sexton and Osman on the perimeter. The duo inside, Love and Thompson. And it's Garland in at the point guard. Now here's Garland. Thompson finds Sexton. The three-pointer off the mark. And here's Dragic. He'll bring it up for the Heat, trailing by 10. That cuts the lead to single digits. Butler's got 12 in the game.
Pretty good with the ball in his hands off the dribble, but now you're seeing the other facet of his game, the catch-and-shoot jump shot.
Got a piece of it. Oh, and here comes Dragic all alone. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 6 points for Goran Dragic.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better. Well, when you watch Goran Dragic play, you can tell the precision that he has with his movement and footwork. But as pretty as his game is, he has a bit of edge to him. Very fiery player.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Sexton deciding where to go with it. Love outside. Drops in the tray. 10 points for him. And Smitty, as you alluded to with Dragic, he's gotten in more confrontations than you would think.
He's a scrapper and does whatever it takes to win. Reminds me of a little bit of John Stockton with that mentality, but that's exactly the kind of mindset you want from your lead guard. After hitting 3 straight, they finally missed one, but you can see the rhythm coming out of the half.
Osman kicks to Garland. The dish now to Love. Pass to Garland. Just 5 to shoot. Over Butler. Garland, no good. The Heat trail by 8. Now Butler. Got it. Good job in the low post. Butler's got 5 points in the quarter.
Firing on all cylinders here in the third. Only 1 miss in 5 attempts.
Here's Osman, defended by Butler. Osman, the pass to Love. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Out to the right wing. Puts it up. And it's Osman missing.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
What I like during this run, they paid incredible attention to the details at both ends. That needs to continue.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Leonard, he's checked in for Olynyk. Henson's checked in for the Cavaliers.
Now let's take a quick look at the numbers for Sexton. Averaging about 19 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Because he gives you someone to build your offense around. You can count on his nightly production.
Butler, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. You know, Smitty, every team at some point faces some locker room turmoil. How tough is it to balance team chemistry?
You know, it's very tough. Sometimes you have those 1 or 2 player additions that it just changes the dynamic of your team. Sometimes you lose a leader. It might not be the best player. Then a lot of times guys are playing for contracts, and some guys get a little bit upset because they figure they're playing for their individual success versus team. But when you have that right chemistry, it is beautiful.
The first free throw is good.
What you have with Jimmy Butler is a guy who can guard 1 through 4, and sometimes even the 5.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And the Cavaliers with possession here. At one point, they led by 16. Garland, the pass to Sexton. To the middle. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
With a body built to absorb contact, Kevin Love able to knock it down and earn a trip to the line.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throw of the night.
Kevin Love was a star at a young age, but he was traded. But he's made the most of it. He's an NBA champion right now.
Dragic kicks to Leonard. Here's Hero, defended by Sexton. Here's Butler, 11 feet out, and he hits it. Butler's got 11 points in the quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, here's Garland. He's got 6. Love with the bucket. Love's got 15.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
The Heat trail by 5. Here's Hero. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Outside Dragic. 4 on the clock. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Heat making a switch here. Winslow's checked in. Here's Osman. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. With some arc, and it's sent back by Leonard. Here's Hero. Kicks it to Winslow. Passes to Hero. Back to Winslow. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Making things happen in close. That's where Winslow is most comfortable scoring the basketball.
Pass to Henson. Here's Osman. He kicks to Sexton. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Garland. That's tipped.
Good timing by Justice Winslow with the long arm to get a hand on that shot.
Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut to just 1 point on the basket from Jimmy Butler. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Garland, the pass to Love. And Sexton has it in the corner. Puts it up from 12. The shot comes out. Some solid defense from Butler. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Cavaliers shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Here's Osman. Clock at 6. The baseline J. They get the rebound. Henson, and slam dunk by Henson.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
They're bringing the energy, the hustle, the fight, and they also didn't give up on that possession.
Here's Hero. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. There's Garland. The slam dunk by Garland.
Love the recognition. Realizes that one is all him.
Sometimes that's the call. You want to be unselfish, but even more so, you want to be effective.
And the Heat call time here. Well, we've seen it before. We're certainly seeing it right now, Smitty. The super team phenomena. Is there anything the league can or should do about that?
What I think they can do is being able to allow players to sign a longer-term deal. If a guy is, I would say, under contract for 6, 7, 8 years, then you won't see as much movement. But if you have these guys who are making so much money off the course from their endorsements, they're going to keep signing shorter deals, so they'll have the leverage to be able to move.
For the Cavaliers, Ante Zizic is checked in for John Henson. Nance comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Sexton. Here's Nunn. He has 6. The pass to Leonard. And again, it's the Heat missing.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
With the fadeaway. And it's sent back by Leonard. Waiters with the ball. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pass to Nunn. He dishes it to Butler. Shot clock at 5. Lets it fly from 18. Rebounded by Clarkson.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
Launches it. Another 3 for Cleveland.
That's a shot the defense looked like it was willing to give up. Big mistake.
The Heat trail by 8. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Nance against Butler. Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nance. And now let's check in on the two guards from around the league and see which one of them is playing the stingiest defense over the span of the last 10 games. 5th, Jordan Clarkson.
And this is a very intense group. I mean, those steals don't come by accident. I mean, they've gotten them through the effort, and they're willing to expend that kind of energy on that aspect of the game.
You'll never find any of those guys sitting back and letting their guard down for a single moment. That's for sure. They're out there looking for every opportunity to make an impact defensively.
For Miami, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
One shot.
Cleveland leading by 5. There's a minute 34 left to play here in the third. Lets a floater go. He takes it up and lays it in. Clarkson's got 13.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Waiters. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Butler. Nance with the rebound. Nance has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And they continue to control the glass.
That one drops for him. And the Cavaliers lead by 9.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Nunn passes to Butler. 46 seconds left in the third quarter. Cavaliers with the rebound. Nance has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Garland. Sweet little floater. 10 points for him.
That's nice work, stopping short of the rim, just laying it over the top.
Here's Nunn. He's got 6. Waiters dishes to Butler. Back to Waiters. The three. The Cavaliers pull it in. At one point, they led by 16. Out of bounds, Miami takes possession.
Heat ball. Into the line for the Cavaliers. Tristan Thompson.
Here's Nunn. With one on the clock, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. Kevin Love has been leading the charge for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Waiters and Winslow are the wings. Jimmy Butler is out there with Kelly Olynyk, and it's Nunn in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Shoots from 12. Cavaliers with the rebound. Nance has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Cavaliers, Garland. At the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Second free throw, no good. The Heat trail by 12. Here's Nunn. Pass to Winslow. Now here's Olynyk. Fires the three. And it's Osman with the rebound. Osman's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Garland. And Thompson kicks to Garland. Rebound by the Heat. And it's the Heat on the break. Here's Butler. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Osman's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Clarkson. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
Now here's Winslow. Miami no good on that time either.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And that one, good. 13 points for Darius Garland.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
And also a lot of skill. This is exactly the type of thing you practice for over and over again.
Timeout called, the Heat.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up.
A different look for Miami. Bam Adebayo is checked in for Jimmy Butler, and it's Dragic in for Waiters. Adebayo finds Dragic, stolen by Clarkson. And now the fast break, Garland with the ball. Here's Osman, covered by Winslow, and it's Osman missing. Nunn passes to Olynyk, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Efficient performance from him. Not the case for everyone else on his team.
Now the pass to Clarkson. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
The unbelievable effort. Thompson, a dedicated warrior on the offensive glass.
Heroes checked in for the Heat. Love's checked in for the Cavaliers. Colin Sexton comes in for Jordan Clarkson. That free throw good from Thompson.
We've seen this explosion of Canadian players in the NBA. And really, Tristan Thompson led that way. The fourth pick back in 2011, Thompson was, at that point, the highest drafted Canadian in NBA history.
The Cavaliers leading by 17. Osman, the pass to Garland. And here's Sexton. Pass to Osman. 6 to shoot. From deep. But they'll get another chance. Love kicks to Osman. Inside. Here's Sexton. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And the Cavaliers lead by 19. And Thompson may have led the way for Canadians, but as far as where the league is going, Greg, he's a throwback player.
I mean, a rebounder and rim runner. His game is built on toughness and hustle.
And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 10-2 run here. They grab their own miss, and the dunk by Love.
Kevin Love, persistent on the offensive end. He's bringing energy and effort tonight.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Hero. He's guarded by Love. Kicks to Winslow. He lobs it up, and Adebayo throws it down.
Justice Winslow has done an excellent job of being unselfish and making the right play.
Cleveland with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Osman, the pass to Love. Looking to get back on track here, and it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. Dishes to Sexton. Garland, the pass to Love. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Dragic against Love, and it's Dragic off the drive.
Not known for blocking shot, but Kevin Love got all of that one.
Here's Olynyk. With the NBA looking to improve officiating, Smitty, they'd like to revise the rule book to more closely match the way the game is played. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, we have to evolve. I think now the game has evolved to more three-point shots, so you got to look at also defense, hand checking, and now we're talking a lot about room for guys to land, whether it's a foul or not. So I think it will evolve, and it should be because the game is evolving.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Now, here's Adebayo. After Colin Sexton's miss, here's Dragic from outside. Thompson with the rebound.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Sexton's shot is good.
And the muscle of Sexton, outstanding at just working through the contact and finding a way to finish.
Love against Dragic. To the wing on the left. For three, Olynyk. The shot off that time. Cavaliers go the other way with it. Now, here's Garland. He's guarded by Dragic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Cleveland, Garland. At the line for two.
And the first one drops. We always see these sponsorship patches on these uniforms now, Steve. This is the third and final year of the test run. I think it's here to stay. What do you think?
I do too. I think the numbers have also coincided that it's here to stay. I think also the revenue. I think people love it, and I think the sponsorship helps.
Both shots good from the stripe.
It's interesting. No free throw attempts for him in the first half. He's finally pushing the action and reaping the reward.
Here's Hero. Stolen by Thompson. Now, here's Garland. He's guarded by Dragic. And there's Garland. That's good on the assist by Sexton. Sexton's got 5 assists tonight. Dragic with it. Guarded now by Kevin Love. Over Love. The step back jumper is good. And it's 8 points for Goran Dragic.
How about the tempo Dragic plays with? Constantly working for a good shot.
Now Sexton. Clock at 6. There's the triple. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Now here's Dragic, guarded closely. Passes it to Olynyk. Here's Hero, defended by Sexton. Now here's Dragic. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Osman's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Now here's Garland. He's guarded by Dragic. Garland kicks to Love.
Inside 2 minutes. Inside.
Pass to Garland. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. And the 3 off target. And here's Miami. And there's the pass to Adebayo. Heat moving the ball around. Many with players like Curry and Lillard taking such high difficulty shots from deep, deep range. I mean, these are just amazing. Some have said that it's hurting the game and that kids will try to emulate it. What do you think about that?
You know, Kevin, I think it is to some point, and to this point where so many kids now at a younger age are shooting the 3 ball from so deep. I would love for a lot of these guys to be able to show the work they put in, and then those kids try to emulate that.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
this was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Kevin Love.
You know, he was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm, and that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.